Hello and welcome. My name is Ahmed, and I'm going to take you through a seated routine that you can do when you get out of bed in the morning, or if you're just getting up off the couch. We'll start in a seated position. Bring your hands onto your knees, extending your arms away from you, and I'm just likely to bend the spines from side to side. So you're trying to create a circle around the spine and the hips. From one side to the other. And then pausing back into an upright position, the head lengthens, and then we'll move forwards and backwards. So spine moves backwards, flex the spine moves forward, we extend the spine backwards, and spine forwards. And back. You can almost tuck your chin into your chest if that feels good for you. And as we lift the chin, we can let out an exhale. What if we combine a few movements together now? So let's continue doing that, but we'll bring our hands into play as well. So we'll move the spine, lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling. Arms extend, and then arms back down again. Arms extend, reaches up towards the ceiling, and then back down again. And as we're doing this, we'll do this a few more times, but I'd just like you to try and bring some awareness towards the breath. When are you inhaling and when are you exhaling? You combine everything in together. Chin comes into chest, spine closes, our chest closes, lifting ourselves all the way up towards the ceiling, fingertips touching, and then down. Bring our left hand, or one hand, to the opposite direction. The opposite knee. I'd like you to pull against this knee, rotating the torso or the spine or your chest, if you want to call it that, over to the side. And in this position, see if you could lengthen your spine. Exhale. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then just one more. And then over to the other side. So opposite hand to opposite knee. I'd like you to pull on the knee. You're pushing away with the knee. And you can rotate your neck or your chin or your face further away from you after each breath, if you can, and if it feels good. Just one more breath. And then back in towards the center. Okay. So just taking a moment from the upper body, we'll move down towards my favorite part of the body, the feet. Let's just extend the feet away from us. Just extend your legs away from you. And then flex the toes in towards you. You'll start to feel a tightening happening at the front of the shins here. We'll just hold on to that for a moment. See if you could splay the toes, just like we do with our hands. We open, and let's hold that there. Take a few breaths. And then back down. So now we're trying to press and claw with the toes. We're going to release the toes. Toes come in towards us. Pause and hold. See if you can splay the toes once more, holding on to that. And then back down. We'll just repeat that a few more times. And if you look down at your feet as well, you'll notice that they won't look identical. You might find that some of your toes can splay a little more than the others. And then back down again. Just one more time. And down. Okay. We're going to draw the heels back in towards us. And we'll press through the balls of our foot. That's the front of our foot. So as we push through the balls of our foot, our heels will lift. Pause and hold that there for a moment. What do you feel? If pulling our feet in towards us, we felt the front of our shins. And then by pushing the feet away from us, we'll now be feeling the backs of our legs, the calves. And we'll do what we did earlier. Lower the heels, lift the heels. Lower the heels, lift the heels. Still trying to hold on to that sensation where you experience the back of the legs, the calves. Down and up. And at this point, if you feel like you might want to speed up a little, you're more than welcome to. Just energizing the legs. Just a couple more. And last one. Great. Just loosen the legs for a moment. Give them a little shake. In and out. We rotate them in, rotate them out, bring them in, rotate out, bring in, and out. And now we're going to add a bit more resistance, just like we were pushing against the floor with our feet. We have nothing to push our knees against, so we're going to place our hands on the outsides of our knees. And what I'd like you to do is take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we're just going to push against our hands. As we inhale, we return back into center, and as we exhale, we push against our hands. So the hands are trying to resist against that push. Inhale back in, and exhale back out. Inhale back in, and exhale and out. Just a couple more. Last one. And you should have felt that on the outside of your legs. I should have told you that earlier. But what about the insides of our thighs, the insides of our legs? We'll just revert the hands. So hands come on the insides of the knees this time, or you could even do this if you fancied it. But I'll start here. Same rules apply. This time we'll start with our knees out. So inhale. And on the exhale, knees come in. Inhale and out. Exhale and in. Repeating a few more times. And last one. Okay. Now, if we were to tie everything in together, why don't we try and extend our leg away from us and try and lift the heel from off the ground up towards and in line with our knee. So we're trying to stay upright, right? Our spine is trying to lengthen itself up towards the ceiling. We're trying to hold our leg as further out as we can. Okay? Can you splay the toes in this position? Now, what muscle is holding our leg in this position here? Mostly the thighs, but also the hip flexors here. Really important, because this will also come up in future sessions when we talk about walking and stepping on the spot. A lot of action happens at the front of our legs. So back down and up. And back down and up. Just sticking to one side for a few more. You can see I'm trying to, I may be shaking at the top. How my leg's getting a bit tired. Nice. Same with the other side. So, leg extends. We lift the heel off the ground. Try lifting it as high as you can. You might find that there is a slight imbalance from right to left, but that's okay. We'll assess that later. Same thing, splaying the toes. And back down. Lifting, holding for a few moments. I like to use the word breaths because let's just raise awareness of what's happening on the inside of our body as well. And relax. Spine lengthens. You have to catch yourself out a few times when your spine does start to relax. You're thinking so much about this leg here. And down. And now we'll just do one more. So lift, pause, hold, thighs, hip flexors, and lower. Draw the heel back in. Now that we've drawn the heel in and we're resting the remainder of our body, let's just take a few breaths in and just draw some awareness towards ourselves. So inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Just one more. And that will be the end of this session. Don't forget to thank yourself for beginning in this way. And I will see you in the next session. Thank you.